Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video between me and one of my patrons, Novin. On the bottom side of the screen, I am playing the red-blue starter UI Goku deck. I did post this on the Patreon. Now that we have Draft Box 5, I've updated it quite a bit, and I will be bringing this to the channel this week. So definitely drop a like in this video if you guys want to see that. If you want to see the Jiren profile as well, let me know. I'll see what Novin wants to do with it. It is a red, blue, yellow variant of the deck. The cool thing about Jiren is there's so many good cards to place in the deck that there's just so much creative potential with it. Like, you can literally play any color scheme you want in Jiren, any real strategy, any real win con. It's pretty nuts. So Jiren's got the energy advantage here. He's on his second energy, drops the Goku Black, main draw condition of the deck. You can see the hand sizes listed at the top of his screen on the right side and the bottom of my screen on the right side. He has 6, I have 7, but he is going through his deck now at the end of the turn with the Goku Black. So it looks like he's just going to pass turn there, not really be too aggressive, because I'm able to awaken pretty much whenever I want. Like, you have to assume they have the 2-drop UI Goku, because it's just the best line of play they can do on turn 2. So assuming they have it, you don't really want to give them too many extra cards. This is going to be a pretty slow matchup. We're giving the UI Goku the 2 counters it gets when it comes into play. That allows my leader to awaken. Crazy thing too is when my leader attacks, I get to give the Goku another plus 5k, but I will probably not be attacking with that Goku because I don't want to just give him cards off his life. I'd rather slow down the matchup and crit him more slowly. I do think my deck is a bit more advantaged in the slow game than the Jiren deck is, but once he gets that leader ability on the backside online, it's going to be pretty powerful. And what's also crazier too is, like, the Jiren deck has a lot of options here. He can either, like, attack, take a life, and play a U11, and it won't bring his leader up to 15k like the other effect does. So he could choose to, like, not do damage to me, not give me cards off my life, but eventually he will probably have to start giving me cards off my life to meet his win condition. He's not playing like a victory strike. He's not playing like a mill strategy, so he will eventually have to give me those lives. So it looks like he is going to just go for the 15k, play another Goku Black, start assembling a board. I'm going to use the UI Goku's effect to bounce itself back to the hand because I really don't have a better charge for next turn. And in this deck, you will charge a decent amount of tapped energies, but it's okay because you're very, very fluid with the energy. You see I have 3 beans in my hand. I play the Beerus super combo. I did have to charge the Beerus super combo turn 1, which is kind of unfortunate, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So we're going to charge the Goku tap there. We're going to play RYU 7. Let's see what we're searching for. This card is so incredible in the deck, by the way, because you use it, you can typically search your Beerus super combo, and then you'll be able to defensively untap the energy you tapped for it on offense to search for it, and then drop a cooler, which is so insane. Like, man, once they print more red blue arrivals, this is going to be so good. But anyways, he's going to go with the Raiders Warcry. Great play here. He's got a lot of pressure going into his next turn. He can put a lot of pressure on me here if he chooses to do so. I do have 1 energy up, so I do have access to, like, Senzu Bean and shenanigans like that. We'll see what happens here. I do actually have access to a double, actually a triple cooler play here, which is kind of insane. So he's going to opt to use the leader effect to free play the Coquette. That's going to get the Kunchi out of the deck. And that's another reason that Coquette is actually one of the main reasons you could play this thing red, blue, yellow. That Coquette is so excellent, bringing out the Kunchi from the deck. So we are going to go cooler here. We're going to minus the Kunchi, minus the Bardock. We're going to bean here because we want to do more cooler things. Figuring out how we're going to do this. We're going to sequence it this way. We're going to drop the second cooler, kill the Bardock, -5 the Coquette. And we do have to bean again if we want to do another cooler play. And it is costing me a lot of cards from my hand, but I feel like the board presence I'm generating here and the board presence I'm removing here, I feel like it's far worth it. Now, if he wants to get another U11 on the board, he has to commit energy to it. So I do feel okay with this trade, and I'll be able to make up the advantage later on. Like, I have a card like Obuni in my hand. I have a card like Kaioken Goku in my hand that can board wipe. So I'm feeling okay about this, even though it did cost me a few cards from my hand. Let's see what the 2 energy plays. He's going to go with the Great Ape Saiyan Instincts in the drop area, so that's going to put him at a large card advantage over myself. We'll see how this plays out. I'm going to charge the Mecha Frieza here. Simple leader into leader. Let's see what Novin decides to do. He's going to super combo. Okay, so he's going to -10 a cooler here. And we are playing this on Untap, by the way. If you guys want to check it out, I did do a tutorial video for how to play on Untap. It's on the channel from a few weeks ago. You can always check that out. But he is in a super combo here, so that cooler is going to be only 10k for the rest of the turn. A bit weak. I am going to use the cooler ability to combo a red blue from the drop area. He'll super combo once again, and it'll kill the cooler. All right. He still has to combo out of this. He still needs 5k more to not take a damage. He's going to combo yellow. And that's going to be it. Now we're going to go cooler at the leader here. He does not have a U11, so his Jiren ability cannot protect himself. So it's either this demands like a negate or it demands a combo out, basically, unless he wants to go to, I believe he's at 3 life here. Could be at 4. Unfortunate thing about untap is it doesn't show you the life total all the time. But he is going to go for another super combo here. So that should be all 3 super combos. And the Beerus arrival, I kind of like this play here because I do a lot of my plays in the battle step. So tapping out is okay. I could have went for Obuni here. I didn't really want to take a chance of not being able to untap energy. So we're going for the more conservative play. The Frieza does give me a lot of protection though. I do have another Bean. So I have the potential to minus 40k something, which is pretty powerful. We're going to go Jiren swing here at the leader. That is going to be a 20k, but I'm at 5 life now. I believe after taking that damage, I believe I'm at 5. So I think I'm all right. He's going to tap another 2 energy. Looks like he's going to go for another Goku Black. I'm going to counterplay with Denial of Hope. And now we're at a much more even hand size here. I did force him to combo a lot of cards last turn. So that was how we made up the card advantage there. He's going to pass it over to me. Charging another tapped energy, but we are on 5 energy, and we're probably not making an offensive play this turn. Again, we could go for Obuni, but... And maybe Obuni was the right play here, actually. I don't think I'd go for it, but maybe it was the right play looking back. Although I think I might go for the Kaioken Goku to clear the 2 Goku Blacks. That 2 for 1 seems pretty good. Actually, if I bait out a Topo here, and then Kaioken, that's going to feel really, really good. So let's see what happens with that. Okay, he's in a Coercion first. We're going to go for the cooler. Swing at the leader. Combo the 10k from the drop. Looks like he'll take a damage. I believe he's at 3 life now. And from there, we'll go Kaioken. So, it doesn't seem like he had Topo. So, we'll go for the 2 for 1 here. Let's see what Novin opts to do with this. So, he is in a Topo here. Now, we talked about this play after the fact. And he decided to coercion the leader because he was afraid of me denying of hope the Topo. Which... it kind of is like the reverse logic. I'd rather him Topo first and then coercion after if I do stop the Topo, because if the Topo sticks, the benefit is so high. So I think you take the risk, you go for the Topo there, and then if it doesn't work out, you still have the energy for the coercion. But he is going to start putting some pressure here. He's going to go with an offensive Bardock Ape. That is a 35k Beerus. I'm deciding what I want to do here. So I'm going to go, looks like maybe 20k with the leader with a Bean. Maybe not. I'm at 4 life. Looks like I'll take a damage. Okay. We're going to let the Bardock come onto the board. Yeah, the Beerus is, with the 35k, is very high to combo out of. So I think going to 3 life is okay. I don't really think he's playing any secret rares this turn because he is low on energy. And guys, I do want to take a quick break now and give a quick shout out to our sponsor of today's video, Arcana Legends. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Arcana Legends. Brand new trading card game coming out, created by people within the Dragon Ball Super community. A few cool things this game is doing. They have an inventory system. The inventory is your deck, but instead of drawing a random card per turn, you get to choose a card from your deck to add to your hand. That eliminates a lot of the variance issues we experience in card games and adds a ton of strategy. This is really the dream of a competitive card game player. Remove the variance, add more strategy. What more could you ask for? Another really cool thing this game is doing, they're allowing you to buy products, sealed product, cards, other accessories directly from them at arcanalegends.com. So really cool thing there. They're eliminating a lot of the problems with secondary markets, and this game is being tested by one of my friends and teammates, so I know it's being handled with care. arcanalegends.com, definitely check them out. All right, coming back to the gameplay, He's going to offensively combo another Bardock Ape. So that's going to be a 30k topo. We're going to go double bean here to go to 25. I do still have the Frieza online. Frieza will minus topo by 1. That'll get us out of the topo attack. Looks like we'll tap another 2 to kill the Bardock. And that was actually a maybe not a slight mistake on my part. Kind of interesting here. I could have left the 2 energy open and just denial of hoped the Bardock, and Novin would have missed out on a draw. And I think I technically would have been a little bit more energy efficient, but I would have lost a card from my hand. So I think the trade is actually even, but I would have kept Novin at 4 cards in hand rather than 5, and that actually could make a world of difference. That is kind of interesting. So he is going to tap an energy for the Kunchi. That makes his leader effect live, but he does have 1 energy more available. Looks like he's going to tap it. Maybe not. He's trying to decide here. I believe the play is deciding on is if he should drop another Kunchi or not. We did talk about this. If he would have 2 Kunchis on the board, do I have another cooler play to clear both of them, or do I have a removal for just one of them? Because I have Kaioken that can just remove one of them with the activate main from my hand, and I also have Cooler that can remove 2 of them. I've been through 2 Coolers and 3 super combos at this point, I think, and you know, us watching the gameplay, we know I don't have Cooler in my hand, but obviously Novin doesn't know that. So he's trying to make a decision based off what he thinks is the best route. And this is a patron session, so we are definitely talking through it, trying to decide what the best route of play is. And I tell him that with X amount of cards in my deck and with 2 Coolers and I think 2 to 3 super combos in the drop area, it seems like the best play is to go with another Kunchi, get that extra layer of protection. It also depends on what his hand looks like. If it's just 3 5k combos, then tapping out doesn't really matter. If it's, you know, a negate or some 10Ks, then it matters a bit more. But yeah, there's a lot of factors to consider, and I don't really think there's a right play in the scenario. I think there's just like a gut play and like a best feeling play, if that makes sense. I will RYU 7, which I got off the top of the deck luckily, and I will grab a super combo back, but I don't have a Cooler. Although I am threatening that I have the Cooler, which is kind of interesting. A little bit of mind games there. We're gonna go Frieza to draw 1. We're gonna go with the leader here. Yeah, we're gonna go to the leader. I want to force him to use his save himself effect with Jiren. Let's see if he does it. Looks like he will use leader effect, so he is protected this turn. So now I'm just gonna focus on clearing his board. That's probably the best thing I can do right now. It's 25k. I am at the hand advantage though. Kind of interesting how in the mid game I dipped a lot in card advantage, and now here I'm kind of turning it back around. We're gonna go Kaioken at the. We're making a decision here at the topo. Frieza is basically giving us free 10k combos, so that's pretty helpful. We will go Frieza into the topo. And we're going to pass turn back to Novin. So I would say the advantage here is pretty interesting. I'm at 3 life. He's at 2 life. He does have another turn of protection, which is pretty crazy. We'll see what he opts to do here. I mean, I'm within secret rare range. I don't have 4 energy open, so I can easily get UI Goku. I mean, I actually don't have access to UI Goku is what I meant to say. Looks like Novin's going to go to 1 life, so his protection effect is live until the next turn. And he's comboing away a Kunchi. Very, very bold play here. He set up the double Kunchi specifically to play around some removal, but looks like he wants to go for maybe an arrival play. That's a 30k attack at my leader. He is going to go for the Beerus. Interesting. He's going to remove the Frieza, which is very, very good because, you know, with 3 energy open, that thing is basically free value. And he's got 2 25k beat 6 on the board to my 3 life. Feels pretty strong. He's going to use Bean to untap energy, so he is again threatening secret rares. I'm going to go super combo here. I almost bounced the Cooler back to man with Cooler, but I then gave it a quick read, kind of remembering that you can't do that. So good thing we avoided that misplay. It looks like we're taking the damage there. Interesting, I get the Frieza SCR off of that. Not super great in this matchup because he does have things like Frost Poison, does have things like Chomp the Trickster, and he goes for the Fu Shroud, which is an excellent play here. I am at 2 life though. He doesn't have a lot of combo power, only 35k, and I'm pretty easily going to be able to get out of that. Yeah, 25, 35, 40. So the Fu Shroud, great play. I was at 2 life, but unfortunately I had too much combo power for him to deal with. I'll take the 1 damage off of Beerus, and again, he's not really going to be able to defend that. So I make an error here. I drop the cooler, but then we quickly rectify that I can't drop the cooler. So I'm just going to combo with the cooler to not take the damage. And at this point, Novin can't really win. He doesn't have any protection anymore because there's no more U11s on the board. So that's going to be the game there, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what deck profiles you want to see from this. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.